Hello, everyone, and welcome. Yes, I am about 3 minutes late, but I am here, and it is so good to be back doing my weekly lives. If this is your first time here, welcome. Welcome to all of you returning. Let me click just a couple of buttons here. We don't want to click the wrong ones, though, right? All right, let's see here. So I can. There we go. Okay. Now I can see any comments, so just say hi as you jump on. I am Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Iowa. And I am so glad that you're with me today. So today we are going to make a quick card. We're going to feature the Perfectly Pears bundle along with the paper. And we're going to let the paper do kind of the focal point today. Hi, Sheila. Well, thank you. I am glad to be back too. And it took me a couple of minutes, just a few more buttons that I remember that I had to push and everything, but I am here. So we're going to make this card, and then at the end, we're going to do barn chats. And barn chats is just at the end of the video so I can share what is going on with you in my studio here at Rustic Barn Cards. Also share with you what's going on at Stampin' Up. There's some new things that's starting today that Stampin' Up has going on, and then I have a couple of upcoming things too to share with you. And then you can always ask questions also. Hi, Tammy. First time here. Well, welcome. I'm so glad that you are joining us today. All right, well, I'm going to turn the camera down and we are going to get started stamping. And let's see if I can even, let's see. All right, here we go. So let me turn a couple lights on. And this is a stamp set we're going to use, and I love this stamp set. I'm using that in this stamp set in my club, which I will talk to you about a little bit later during barn chats. But it's perfectly pairs, and it's an online exclusive. Congratulations, a good friend is a gift. Hello, thank you, friend. And then you have pairs, and it is a two-step stamping. You don't have to do two-step, but it's for two-step. But again, I'm going to be using this stamp set all month, or at least for the first 3 weeks. So today, at least the next 2 weeks, I'll be using this, and I will show you some different things to do with this stamp set. One of the things that I like, it has kind of like a little splotch here, and we're going to be using that today. Now, it took me a little bit the time. I don't know if you can see these, yeah, right here, but these are the centers to stamp in the flowers. Okay, so that's what these stamps here are. And then here are the dies. So we have dies that cut out the images from the stamp set, but plus we have some extra dies too, and a couple of label dies. So a really nice set. And then today I'm going to be using stylish shapes. I'm going to be using the next to the largest and the third from the largest, okay? But I already have that cut out. I wanted to show that to you. And let me really quick show you the paper. And you get two sheets of each, okay? So we're going to be using this one right here for the front. Gorgeous paper. And I'll be sharing a lot of this with you this month as we're going to be using Perfectly Pairs for a lot of cards. Isn't this gorgeous? So the front has pairs, and then the back is more, not quite as, it doesn't have any pairs on the back, has different focal points. But one of the things that I really like I said, we're going to use this paper today, but also what is really neat is that you have, you can die cut pears and flowers out. So you can take your die and you can lay that and you can cut out a pear and you have different pears, different, you can cut out the leaf and you can even cut out these two small pears and then also the flowers. So, and you have two pages, so you could use one page to die cut everything out, and then you still have another page if you want to, you know, cut the paper and use it as a layer on your card. So lots of possibilities. Hi, Judy. I'm glad you're here. See if I missed anyone else. Okay, we are going to start out with Secret C, but let me show you the card we're going to make first. I get ahead of myself. So here is the card that we're going to make. We're going to let these pears and the flowers be the focal point today. And we're making a thank you card. Of course, you could use any uh, sentiment in, that you wanted to. So I'm taking an 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I'm going to I'm going to show you how to make two card bases. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it on the short side, and I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. Then I'm going to turn it on the long side, and I'm going to cut at 5 1/2. And I'm using Secret C, which is one of our new in colors. And there's an in color sale, not on the cardstock, but on some of the items. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later. But this gives us two card bases. And of course, we just need one today. But I have one already cut for the next time. So we'll just go ahead and not cut, we'll fold. Move some things so I can find my tools. So we'll go ahead and use that bone folder. Now, what you're going to need today is that you're going to need 2 layers of basic white, and then you're going to need Stylish Shapes Secret C and White Circle. And you're going to use, we're going to be using 2 pieces of the Designer Series paper. And I'm going to place that, maybe I don't know if I can, feel like you can't, there's a glare there. Let me see if I can put that right there. There we go. If you can want to take a screenshot of that so you can make this card later, you sure can. And then we're also going to be die cutting. So I have already done that, but I went ahead and I die cut out a pear. Sorry, I put that right in front when he's trying to take your picture. And I die cut the leaf and 2 flowers. And I die cut these right out of that paper as I was showing you. But I went ahead and did that just to save us some time. So this is all the measurements and everything that we're using today. Hi, April. Oh, thank you, April. The cardstock is on sale. Wonderful. It's good to hear. I did put an order in today, but I didn't check the cardstock, so I wasn't sure. So thank you for correcting me. That's even better yet. The in color cardstock is on sale. Thank you very much, April. All right. So we are going to do some stamping. We're going to use 2 inks today. We're using Secret C and Petal Pink. And we are going to use this little splotch I was telling you about. And we're going to use Petal Pink. And I'm just going to put this all over uh, this layer. I'm going to stamp off. Now you could do full strength. And I'm just going to kind of do randomly. Actually, I like to start in the middle. You couldn't tell that, could you? Because I didn't do that. but I like to start in the middle and then work my way out. And I may forget, which is okay, to stamp off because I can't always talk and work at the same time. I don't know if you noticed my Band-Aid here, but that happened yesterday. It's not really maybe quite as bad as it looks, but I had a rug in my hand and I was getting ready to go out and shake it, and I opened the door and there was a stray cat. And yes, I have been known to feed a couple stray cats that come around. So I went back in the house, and with my rug in one hand, I decided with my other hand I would raise the plastic lid where I keep the cat food and scoop out some feed for the cat. Well, my arm, my lid didn't go up as far as I thought it would, and so my top of my arm was scraped by the plastic lid and made quite a little place. It just looks worse than it really is. So I decided to cover that up. Because usually I take one hand and raise the plastic lid and then use my other hand to scoop out the cat food, which I think we just about got that. So anyway, so that's a story on that. Okay, now we're going to take uh, we have 2 strips of designer series paper. So we're going to take this larger strip of designer series paper that's cut at 2 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to layer that on this. And I'm going to, now you could put it right here, but I'm going to place it so you have some of the uh, basic white showing on the left as well as on the right. I know, isn't it hard to cover up this beautiful paper on this side? And of course, you could use this side if you wanted to. You could just, that's what's so fun about the designer series paper. You can just use whatever you want to. So we're going to line this up, try to get it straight. Okay, I'm going to lay that aside and bring in our other basic white. And that basic white is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And you need 2 of those, one for the inside layer that we're working on now and one for the outside layer. Hello, Rita. Well, thank you. I'm glad to be back too. I missed everybody. My husband is doing better. He was in the hospital almost the entire month of June, but we have a lot of physical therapy appointments to go to. But I just decided I'm not making any physical therapy appointments for him on Tuesday, right? That way I can be here and craft with you. Okay, well, it looks like see if we can bring that over just a little bit of the white showing. I think we can. Okay, now let's just go ahead and add this to the inside of our card. Which in color is your favorite? Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling. Um, I think I got them all. Maybe I didn't. Anyway, we will go over those. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in our stylish shapes. We have the Secret Sea and the Basic White, and we're going to stamp Thank You and Secret Sea. Oh, and Cloud Cover. Thank You right here. I knew I was missing one. And then I'm going to put that kind of at the top over on the right of my Basic White circle. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll just add some adhesive. And we'll layer that on the Secret Sea. So Hi, Tammy. So, Timid Tiger and Rita, Strawberry Slush. All right. I love that strawberry slush, but I like that Timid Tiger. I like orange. So, it's kind of a toss-up. But, I'm starting to really like the Secret Sea too. But I think that Timid Tiger is going to be really fun to work with when fall colors and Halloween. So, we're just going to go ahead and layer this right on here and eye it to make sure that I get it as straight as I can. So this is just a quick and easy card. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. Well, I'm really excited now, April, that the cardstock is on sale because I may have to get some. It's a great time to buy when things are on sale. So I'm glad you let us know that. All right, so let me go ahead and place this about right here. And then we're going to bring in our focal point, which was so easy to do. Now, we will be doing some stamping, but right today we're just using the designer series paper for our focal point. So I'm going to bring in a glue dot, and I'm going to take that and put that on the front bottom of the leaf, just like that. And then I can place this right here. And then I can turn that over, and I'm going to turn these over, and we're going to add some dimensionals. And I'm going to put a dimensional right where that glue dot is, just to help secure that glue dot. And then you can put one. Yeah, I wanted to do it on the other one, which I will show you in a second. And actually, see, I told you I couldn't talk. We really don't want, we only want, oh, we don't want a glue dot here. Not a glue dot. We don't want a dimensional there. Okay. So we're going to put one. So let me show you why. We're going to place our pear here. And since this is already popped up, and then we're going to put adhesive here, and then we're going to have the dimensional here, and just adhesive on this side is what and then I'm going to use mini glue dots for our flowers. All right. Oh, okay, April, it's no more price. That's okay. That's all right. I didn't check, so I know it is just select items. So the in color sale is just on select items. So the car stock is not okay. But there are a lot of things, and we'll be talking about that. So no, that's fine. Okay, I should have checked myself. Okay, we're gonna add this pear. And I didn't even add adhesive, but you know what? I don't think you have to. Usually I add a little adhesive here, but I think that's going to keep it down just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and pop off these, and we'll just place this. I'm going to lay it kind of like right, let it hang over here a little bit. And then we will just put that right there. And then let's bring in these beautiful gems. We have the yellow, the green, and the blue, low profile sparkle dots. So Secret Sea, I think, Darling Duckling, and I'm not sure, um, probably Old Olive, but I'm not, no, Mossy Meadow. This is Mossy Meadow. Okay, I used the Mossy Meadow on our card, and I think that is exactly what I'm going to do for this one too. I'm going to use my putty tip of my Take Your Pick tool, put two there, and then I'm going to pick up another one, and we're going to put it right here. So here is our quick and easy card. And here are the dimensions of that. So thank you. So it's a quick and easy card. Um, but I think, we all need quick and easy cards, right? Yes, thanks, Rita. It is, oh, okay. I see, April. So, oh, I see. So the in color, okay. I am just totally, thank you for April for clarifying that you was talking to answering Tammy's, and I appreciate that. Thank you. So the in color cardstock is on sale. Okay, yay, but just not the other colors. All right, perfect. And yes, Rita, thank you for letting us know that you're right. Starts today through the end of the month. And I'm glad you like my card, Rita. So time for barn chats. All right. So there's going to be, I'm going to turn it back to on the camera in just a second. But before I do that, I want to share a couple of things that's going on with me. And then I have some things that I'll share at Stampin' Up's going on. Oh, I see, Tammy. Yeah. So this would be a good time during this month to get your order in while things are on sale. All right. So here is this I'm going to share. I told you my club, and it is a subscription, and we're using perfectly pairs. Um, so these, and you'll see this beautiful ribbon. So, but my club is normally 6 cards, two each of 3 designs. And now the month of July, it was 8 cards. So sometimes it's 8 cards, sometimes, but it's normally 6. But every so often I do, you know, do some extra cards. And then you do need the Perfectly Pair bundle for the subscription, or you could actually use whatever you have. You could do something, different with it. So just really quick, I have an extra just to kind of show you. This is my July club, and this is how it comes. I always send if it's 12 by 12 paper, then I send it 12 by 12 paper. So this was my July. We used Happy Hibiscus, and I always have everything labeled and put some little candy in there because you have to eat. You got to snack while you're crafting, right? Um, and then my make and takes, they are labeled. You see the picture, and they're an individual. Each one is make and take has everything in an individual uh, cello bag, and then you are emailed the tutorials, and then I always have a little note in here for you too. So if you stay 6 months consecutively, you get a $25 swag bag. But the sign up will be in the description. I don't have the sign up for August Perfectly Pairs Club, but I will be adding that after the live. And then the other thing that I have going on, if you're local, is a creative extravaganza, and it's a 1-day retreat. I do this annually. Well, I started last year, so we're going to do it again this year. So this is my second annual 1-day retreat from 9 in the morning to 7 in the evening. Lots of fun. It's prizes and games and crafting. And you can, there will, again, a description, a link that you can go to get all that information for my 1-day retreat. Okay, I'm going to turn our camera down, and I want to tell you what's going on with Stampin' Up! And Last Chance products. So they refreshed the Last Chance today, so definitely check that out. So Tammy, check out the Last Chance products because they've added, and everybody else too, but I know you have things in your cart before you check out. Also, Celebration ended in February, and so some of those celebration items that were left, they've added those to Last Chance products, and they have discounted those. So if you missed out on getting some of those, they're in the Last Chance refresh along with some other items too. And again, when the Last Chance item, when they sell out, then they don't bring those back. And as we were talking about the end color products, there's 15% off all this month starting today on select and on the ribbon, on the ink refills, on the ink pads, some designer series paper, and cardstock. Yes, and cardstock. So check that out. Oh, April, I wish you were closer too. I love to have you, but I understand. And then we have three new kits also started today. Three new kits. We have Harvest Home, and this is $22, and it's a garland kit, kind of a home decor. So it'd be great for fall, isn't that? It's really pretty. And then another new kit that was added today is called Bunch of Thanks. And this is actually on sale because it uses some of the in color. So it's regularly $23, but it's $19.55. Makes 8 cards, 4 each of 2 designs. And then the third kit is called Brighten Your Day, and these are kind of light, so you can't really see those real well. But Brighten Your Day is $17, and it makes 9 cards. So 3 of each of these designs. So it's $17 and makes 9 cards. So there is a lot going on in the Stampin' Up! World with the last chance refresh in color sale and um, the 3 new kits. Plus, for demonstrators, we can pre-order from the new mini catalog. So if you've ever thought about becoming part of, like, I'd love to have you on my group of Rustic Barn Stampers, but if you've ever thought about it, and this is the perfect time because you can add some of the new online exclusives products as well as the new products in the new upcoming mini catalog that will be out in September, but you can order those now if you join, and then you start getting 20% discount on everything after that. And to join costs $99, and then you pick out 125, $2,425. I really should know that to put in your kit, and it's free shipping, although you do pay tax on that. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. It's so good to see everybody. I appreciate it. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. I'll be back next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central. Have a wonderful week. Take